right now.
Sajko, are you scared? Bolt House Farms down the drain.
I have an entire
Sponsor
vessel
us.
of Bullhouse Farms green goodness.
Dude, I used to love that.
Listeners, all three of us are here simultaneously, and I did watch the last episode where you guys were with Garrett, and I
Let's
enjoyed
go.
it a lot. So hopefully listeners did too. How is everyone? It's been forever since I've asked that.
I know.
Wonderful.
The voice of structure.
saw that.
Yeah, that's funny.
Someone commented that? That's hilarious.
Yeah, because I announced Sacco to the XO, and someone commented, Sacco, the voice of structure on the Funsie pod. What is the truth?
I was like, not wrong, I guess.
That's hilarious.
I've been, obviously, the big thing this weekend is Disc South, so I've been preparing for that. I'm actually bringing all my equipment, checking into the hotel today to hopefully get everything set up. So tomorrow is going to be like a big, just like packing bags, stuff like that type of day. So, yeah, not much. Just excited to finally get this South up and going, up and rolling.
Dude, I'm excited to be there because I didn't think that I was going to be. And then Joe was just like, yeah, well, when you and I go to Disc South, that was me finding out. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. Let's do it.
Let's go. Let's see.
Yeah.
I love that.
So, I mean, where do we even start? It's been way too long. I mean, the number of things that have happened. I mean, at least for me personally, like I was on Disc Golf Answer Man. Like we went down to
Yeah, that was sick.
the first.
Tell us about that.
Yeah, so Bobby, going back to Disc East, Mr. Cool Daddy Slick Breeze was out there, and he came by our booth and was just chatting it up, talking about a bunch of stuff, and also asked if I wanted to come on to that. So obviously I said yes, because that was a huge podcast for me, like starting to get into the scene. Josh, I know that you did it before.
Yes.
And yeah, it was a lot of fun. I mean, he's such an easy guy to talk to, and he's something that's really cool is that he is just highly receptive to pretty much anything that anyone is talking about around him. So he feels like he's like really listening to you, not just him personally, and of course like trying to improve the dynamic discs experience. So I enjoyed that a lot. I mean, disc golf is better if all disc golf brands are at their best. So it's
Yeah,
cool to
for
see
sure.
that he's doing that. On top of that, yeah, we went down to Florida. That was super cool. We recorded with Ken Climo and we did some stuff for Supreme Flight Open.
You were at Supreme?
Well, we weren't there, but like the week leading up to it, all on the same day. So morning of was like go record with Ken, and then panic and try to like charge batteries at a Chipotle, and then run over to record with Austin at Olympus. So yeah, long day, but it's been a ton of fun. Like for sure in the midst of Frisbee Frolf content creation.
Yeah.
How are you boys? Yeah, what you been up to? I mean, I've been seeing stuff, but for the listeners' sake, I guess, and whatever else.
Yeah, J Mill, what have you been up to, brother? Come on
I
now.
mean, what have I been up to?
Heck of
Nothing.
frizz.
Yeah, lots of disc golf. Trying to juggle. Well, I've been sick pretty much since Disc East, so that's been pretty brutal.
Dang.
Yeah, I got the norovirus from my baby, and then I got some sinus thing, and I like thought I could power through it, and that just made it worse. And so then I was kind of on my butt for like 3 days, and then I felt better, and so I was like, all right, I can start doing stuff again. And now it seems like it might be flaring up again, and I just need to take like a decent amount of time off, but there's just no time for me to take time off, you know, being a full-time dad while also trying to really cook and make things happen.
Mm-hmm.
Cooking
So
alive.
I don't know. I'm thinking that I have a few videos in the chamber, as I kind of always do. But if I can just figure out a way to get ahead of schedule, that's like my biggest thing. I've just been trying to get ahead of schedule for like the last 3 months. And I've still just been behind the entire time, like pretty much finishing edits of videos the day I want to post them. And so I really want to be in a cadence where like I finish a video and it's a video that I want to post the next week. Because I'd like to be in a situation where I can upload it and send it to people and they can watch it and let me know if I need to change anything and stuff like that. But right now, just where I'm at taking care of my baby and spending time with family and still wanting to have like a social life, that's just not super attainable. You know, at least for me, now that I'm doing a much higher cadence of videos, I've done about 3 videos a month for the last few months now.
Sick.
I've stopped doing as much I don't really like, if you guys watch my last video, I didn't really do any of the classic Jay Millie text on screen when I was like doing voiceover or anything. Like I did a lot of other edits and stuff like that, so that maybe ended up filling the same amount of time, but I think I'm figuring out a way to be a little bit more efficient, because that was just like a solid couple hours wasted of like manual labor pretty much on a YouTube video. So I would say the last few months have just been filled with getting better at making videos and getting worse at disc golf.
No, J Mill. Yeah, I did beat J Millie for the first time in my life in tournament. So
Did it feel amazing?
no, like it wasn't like it's not something I've been like secretly in the back of my mind as a life goal. Like I need to
Don't
beat
lie.
J Millie.
You don't have to lie. It's okay.
Oh, you're right. You're right. No, I mean I shot like what 950 rated and he shot 930, so it wasn't like
That's pretty good.
anything crazy, but I feel that genuinely. I think that's why I struggle, like I said, with content, at least like my own. It's just like feel like if I bring a camera on the course, I just don't focus on it. I'm way worse.
I've definitely figured out, and maybe this will change for me eventually, but the camera just doesn't bother me. Like filming my tournaments, I'm pretty sure if the camera was there versus not there, I would play the same. I've actually had experiences where when the camera's there, I play better than if I try to not film it. But the big thing I've just been learning over the last few months is like I'm just not practicing and expecting to be better. And that's just not how it works, you know? And like I'm not that upset about it because like I said, I literally just don't have the time. Like I'd rather put out better videos than like become a better disc golfer, because the content will always be my number one. But at the end of the day, some of my content is centered around being a professional and being a good disc golfer. And so yeah, it sucks in that matter, and I just need to be able to practice more. And like I'm really struggling to figure out how I want to go about that, because at least for now, you know, like I said, I take care of the baby. So from 7 a.m. till 5 p.m., I'm stuck at home with her, and like I can't go to the course. I can't really practice putt. Like it's just a whole ordeal trying to do that with a baby.
Yeah.
And so it's just a lot of navigating that. And yeah, I don't know. I think I have a few form, like I think there's like 2 big form things I need to tweak. And one of them I've been trying to tweak for forever. And it's like when I reach back, I just like pop it, and it just leads to a lot of inconsistency. I just need to reach back and just have it sit there and then whip through. I'm throwing like super far right now, but I think if there's a few, like I just need the like gap hitting and angle control more than anything. Like yeah, I can throw pretty much 500 max. I can throw 450 pretty consistently, but I think that I need to figure out a more consistent form. And so it starts, I think, with just not popping it when I put it back there. And then also I was talking to, I think his name's Cam. He does some stuff with overthrow.
Yeah, Cam.
He's buddies with Broderick. And he was talking about how I'm a external rotator, which I have no clue what that means. But pretty much I've known this is an issue for a long time. If you guys like watch Gannon's form, he kind of has the disc on Anheuser when he's like reaching back and pulling through. I have the disc on Heiser, and it's definitely an issue. I don't know. It's something with my elbow and something with my hand. But I think I'm losing distance, and I throw super nose up. So I'm throwing like 450, 500, and my nose angle on average on tech disc is like 5 or 6 degrees of nose up. And
Wow.
so like I'm pretty sure if I got it to 0, I could add a decent amount of distance. But more than anything, I just need the like confidence to step up to like a wooded hole and just sling it through the gap and hit my line. Like, and I think that starts with not pump faking
Not air
pretty
bouncing.
much.
I think it start like with I guess nose up you're kind of air bouncing, because it's nose up. But yeah, that's what I not really noticed, but at least on hole 1 of Louisville, I forget what it's called when we went to I think Heritage we went to. Yeah, Heritage hole 1. Right?
Yes, Heritage. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I noticed. I was just like, yeah. I noticed you would like hit a line, and then the next one it would go like, ow! Sorry, this cat is clawing me. It's not my cat. Whose cat is this? Or like when we played at Turner, I would notice you would like pure line, but then you'd get one where it would just kind of like go like awry and like bounce up and like go like not where you're aiming, like just super sky.
Yeah, the nose angle definitely will help with the consistency on like like the wind taking it. Like I definitely have a big issue where if I'm throwing like Turner's a big example of like I threw some really good lines. I also threw some horrible lines, and that was just me being bad. But I threw some good lines a few times, but because I threw so nose up, the wind just absolutely bodied that thing.
Yeah,
you know,
it just took it. Yeah.
But at the end of the day, I'm also the kind of person that I'm not gonna do field work. I like to play and figure things out. Maybe I should do field work. I kind of don't want to mess with form either, but I think I need to mess with form.
It's literally, obviously you guys know I've lived through like just like obsessing about form. It's like the devil on your shoulder. It's like you could get better just like not think about form, and then Josh Ramon says working on form just increases your ceiling. Like for me, like I'm 923 rated. I think I'm recently started playing well and just like not this whole month in Texas, I've just been throwing and it feels good, and I've been happy about it. So it's like kind of like it's like you gotta. It's like the devil. It's like the angel and the devil on the shoulder. It's like the form kind of like helps you, but you'd probably get better sooner just like sticking with what you got.
Yeah, I never want to obsess over it. I think everything's a sliding scale, you know? There's too much, too little, just the right amount, and the just the right amount is always like the smallest bit possible. But that's kind of how I think it is with form and practice, you know? Like I think you can over practice. I think Ben is the perfect case for over analyzing form.
Yeah. No, I agree. I think it hurt me. Like now I think I'm glad, like, now I feel good and confident, and I'm glad I went through it, but I think it hurt me where I could have probably got to the point I'm at probably, like, a year or so sooner because I just kept trying everything.
Yeah, I think it's trying everything, but I also think it's second-guessing every throw, you know? Like, when you overanalyze your form, I think it turns into, like, wait, that was a bad, like, I hit the tree. 100%. Like, what did I do in my form? Like, you know, and sometimes it's
put my
just,
elbow. Exactly.
Sometimes it's just.
I think that's why I've been playing better.
Threw a bad shot, you know.
I think that's why I've been playing because my brain would always go to, oh no, I have to change something happened. But now it's just like just stick with it. And with better, I mean like last year in Texas, I shot like 850, 880, 890, something like 3 tournaments in a row, and then I came here and I shot like 950, 950, 968. I was pretty stoked about that. But yeah, no, you're literally it's like you're a therapist. Like you know exactly that's exactly it. When you're overanalyze form, it's just like if you get one bad shot, it's like, oh no, what do I have to do differently in my form? And then you're just cooked. You're cooked by them because the whole time you're thinking about form rather than hitting the gap.
Yeah, I think the more healthy way to go about it is when it's a consistent miss, like
Mm-hmm.
if you keep ripping it to the right, and yanking it. If you yank it once, you just yanked it, Yank it the 10th time, okay, what am I doing in my form? You know what I'm saying? And I
Yeah,
think
yeah.
that's the more healthy way. And like part of the reason I'm where I'm at right now is because I've been yanking it, and so I definitely need to analyze my form. And I'd like to throw far. So yeah, I want to fix my nose down. How can I do it? And I think that's just I think you got to have a growth mindset, and recognize that there are ways to improve, like I feel like I was pretty hard on like not working on form and
You
and
were.
not doing any of that stuff, and that's just not a growth mindset. I mean, it was a little bit me being silly. Like I like taking hard stances because then it's just hilarious if I have to back up on it or stand my ground. Like the Innova Pig garbage disc, stand on that. Never gonna back down from that one.
Man, it always goes back to Innova with this guy.
For
It's
real.
like it always goes. I hate Innova. No, yeah, for sure.
I don't
I
think
think
I think Innova hates me too. So I think we just have like a handshake deal. Like we're not doing anything in the future. There's no hope for that. Like it's just not gonna work
talk to
between
them
me and
at Disc
Innova.
Yeah,
South.
say hi.
They'll be there. To be like, hey guys, don't hate. No, but yeah, I think it also was like just like I was saying, like you were consistently improving, doing very well, and I think you've probably felt like now you've hit a plateau. I think when you were saying
Yeah,
like form doesn't
I've been
matter,
in
I feel
plateau
like
for like a
you
year.
were yeah you were skyrocketing. So it's like so that's why like Josh says it's like it doesn't really affect now because anyone can get like 1,000 rated with the jankiest form, but it's just about like the ceiling, I guess, for like when you are 1,000 rated, and then it's like pretty much impossible to change your form because like you're just not gonna be 1,000 rated anymore, and that's a hard pill to swallow if you try and. I'm saying like a complete overhaul. Like let's say you like throw like this, like it's gonna be pretty hard to like start reaching back and then still like be as good. So yeah.
The
Yeah,
long short of it is I need to practice more. So hopefully that'll start happening.
I dig it. Sorry. Kyle texted me, one of the owners of another round. He's like, "Can you schedule a whatnot for 11:45 a.m.?" So I'm doing that midstream right now.
Dude, it's so funny, Sacco. You literally are just a grinder for another round. It's just like I know the vibes. Like you're just like,
Hmm.
all right, let's do it. Like I
Yeah,
bet you
I bet you
don't have
guys.
any clue what you're gonna do each workday, or at least you probably have a template. But
There's a certain degree of that. Like last night, so I can announce it now because the video's up. So we did some Spectrum PA5s at the beginning of this year or earlier in the year. They were called Chain Chameleon, just based on the stamp, and they sold out in like a day. It was like 500 or something like that.
wow,
It was
that's sick.
24 hours. It was insane.
Yeah, that's
So we
nuts.
it's just like this cool thing, like working with Prodigy and like showing off some of their signature molds. So the next one of my favorite discs, we did the A5. So if you go onto the YouTube channel, you'll see that Joe was throwing the A5s. They're 400 Spectrum A5s. They have like a little bit of give to them, but it's probably like the most balanced all around A5 that I've ever thrown. Like for sure the best run. And I'm not going to just say that because I have two in my bag that I love dearly. His point being, like last night, it was like, oh yeah, we also have these color glow pickles coming out. I'm gonna put these out tomorrow instead of the one that you already have content recorded for and a video ready for. And it's like I don't understand why we're doing that, but it is what it is. Like I'm sure there's a good reason for it, but it's just kind of,
Yeah.
you're adjusting as you go, which kind of like leads me into Josh. You mentioned a point like a little bit, and I think this episode is perfect to go over it. It's been so long. I think you were at the tail end of your day job previously, and now you're a good ways into your current day job of doing disc golf content exclusively. What I don't know. What have you found out? Like what's different? What expectation did you maybe have before that you don't really have now? Yeah, go over it a little bit.
I would say the biggest thing that I was worried about is, I guess listeners probably know because I've talked about this a million times, but I was an engineer before, so I made a decent amount of money. The biggest thing I was worried about was taking this risk and like just like regretting it and thinking about it all the time and thinking like, how
Mm-hmm.
are we going to make this work? Like, is this the right decision?
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty much, you know, honestly closing in on half a year because I think it was around October, and there hasn't been a single time where I've been like, this is not where I'm supposed to be. Like this is
That's
not
so
what I'm
cool.
supposed to be doing. Like, I mean, I guess part of that is probably like I'm just always going, and so there's not well, I don't know. I'm a very reflective person, so I guess I have reflected on it, but yeah, there has not been much there hasn't been any second guessing that this is the decision that the Lord had in store for me and that I was supposed to make.
Mm-hmm.
But then in terms of doing it, I feel like I kind of already mentioned it. Like I'm looking for efficiencies, uh, and so I have become
Yes.
more efficient, but that means other stuff fills that time. So like I feel like one of my expectations was I'll be better at making full length videos and I'll be quicker and I'll have more time outside of that. And I would say I'm definitely quicker at making full length videos, but I'm also posting more full length videos. And then on top of that, I'm posting daily on Instagram. Like there's just other stuff that has ended up filling the time. So I've definitely talked about it on the podcast, but hopefully once my wife is home to take care of the baby more, I'm gonna have to set boundaries of like I don't work past 5 p.m. I don't work Saturdays. I already kind
Mm-hmm.
of did that with I have a Sabbath each week from like Saturday afternoon to Sunday afternoon. I do not do any disc golf, any work, anything like that. And even then, I find myself like, dang, like I need to edit. I need to do this. I need to do that. Um,
I
and I
mean,
think that's exactly why I need to Sabbath because, like there's been a few times where I've felt like I've had some free time and I don't even know what to do with free time. Like that's how bad it is right now where like
uh,
I've been editing and playing disc golf and filming and doing so much for the YouTube channel because I want to make this work. I want to grow the sport. I want to be a YouTuber, all that. But yeah, like I'll have some free time and it's like, well, I guess I'll just go to the course and film something, I guess. Like I don't even know what to do for fun right now.
mhm.
And that's horrible.
Yeah, truly. I mean, selfishly, Josh, like that entire time, if like for listeners, I was just like shaking my head and just every single thing possible because I could not relate more to the
Yeah.
things that you're saying. Like time management really is the number one key. And for anyone that's looking to get into this or whatever your expectation is for making content, um, time will for sure fill itself, and you think that you'll have all this extra time because you're not at your day job, but it will be filled up with something else that you're doing. And like I've mentioned, I probably talked about it on here before. You, I lost my train of thought. But anyways, point being, I'm definitely for a long time I struggled with like the time management aspect of this job, and now it's like you look back on even 2 years ago, and you're like, what did I even do with my free time? It's like you still had the same number of hours in a day, but you were just spending it on your phone, video games. I mean, whatever other random stuff that you're doing, and those things are okay too. Like it's not like every single hour of your day needs to be filled with something productive. I think that's probably a pretty toxic mindset. But I mean, like now, for example, if a video's exporting, it's like I'm gonna go for a run, whereas before it'd be like just random whatever else. But yeah, those are really the big things that I'm also trying to find right now. Just like how can I make work work and my free time? Because right now the lines are there's always some level of blur between the two.
Yeah, I think that's like the benefit and the curse of where we're at. Like I do think there's a level of um I think there's a level of like my free time I would like to spend playing disc golf sometimes, but also it's like, well, if I start playing disc golf, I'm gonna want to film something, or like I'm gonna want to work on my form, which kind of feels like work, and that's where, like you said, blurring the lines gets kind of tricky. For listeners, someone is in Ben's seat
No, no, no.
that does not
Ben,
look like Ben.
Ben, what are your thoughts on that?
Uh, I tuned in a little bit late, so I don't know what y'all were necessarily saying, but I found this computer running when I walked into the shop, and I heard your voices coming through this headset, so I put it on. There's literally nobody in this building, and I could hear y'all talking, so I figured I'd see what was happening.
Yeah,
Amazing.
welcome Garrett back to the show. He
The
was
most
he was
highly
on last
recurring
week.
guest on this podcast.
Guys,
But
we're
these are
looking at
released by the time y'all post this up.
a first run rope. Those are dropping at Disc South, right?
Disc South. Yep, exactly.
Yeah.
Yep.
I guess
Yep,
we had to take a
guys.
little break to go inside real quick, or was he done?
Hey, I have no idea. He just said I'll be back in our
Well,
text chain, and that was that.
In
I came in the
classic
shop to start packing orders, and I could just hear y'all talking, so I just picked
classic Ben fashion. Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah, Garrett, what do you think? Garrett has also taken the leap recently into full-time disc golf per se, and Sajko asked me like what were my expectations coming in, and what kind of changed as I've done it for a while now. Do you have any astute observations when it comes to that, Garrett?
Yeah. I guess initially I expected it to be. It was scary to quit your job, right? And so I expected this everyday stress of like, how am I paying my bills tomorrow?
Mhm.
And I mean that has to be there, because that is, how do I pay my bills tomorrow is still a thing, but it's just a lot more freeing than I even expected, right? A lot. I can't imagine going back to the office now.
No.
It's a different life that feels more natural for me, and yeah, I mean I don't want to say it's less stressful than I expected, because there's a lot of stress in it, but it's not day-to-day stress like I
Right.
expected it to be.
Right.
Mhm.
Yeah, again, kind of a toxic mindset, but if I'm not working on something, I feel some semblance of guilt, which is the
Yeah.
most pitiful American thing that I could probably ever say.
For
But
sure.
being, I mean, in each of our own regards, we're a part of like a small business, and it's like, okay, I'm not working for like my previous job. I'm working for like the Connecticut government. It's like there is a finite amount of money, and I want to do my absolute best to try to grow the thing that I love into something big. And
Yeah.
um, so, yeah, I mean, that's still something that I'm trying to figure out as I go along for sure.
I think it's funny, at least for me. I worked at Lockheed before. Oh, my mindset with that was definitely not the best mindset. I don't support this, but it was more of like Lockheed's corporate. Pretty much they were like, hey, we need this done by this day. And so most of the time, I really only needed to work like 20, 25 hours a week to get done what they wanted me done.
Mhm.
Like I was very efficient with that. And so, yeah, it was fine if I lollygagged for the other 15, 10, whatever it ended up being. And Lockheed, if you're listening, I worked 40 hours a week perfectly all the time. But like when it comes to this, I'm my own boss, and so yeah, if there's an expectation of I'd like to get this done by this time and I finish, it's not like I'm just gonna lollygag for the rest of the day. And I think that's the difference between taking someone else's money versus taking your own money, or making your own brand, or like a small business. And like I guess part of it is I just wasn't like a super strong believer in what Lockheed was doing, but I'm a super strong believer in what I'm doing, like that's what's
Yeah.
motivating me versus like at Lockheed, I was just getting a paycheck. And it's really interesting how that changes things. So yeah, I was going to ask you, Nathan, I feel like we've talked a little bit about it already on the pod, but like,
Mhm.
are you still kind of like having to hit like 60 hours pretty hard, pretty religiously, or have you found a better balance?
Definitely
With-
found a better
with that.
balance. And
Okay.
I recall being at Disc East and I was talking to the Armory boys there, and I think they were like trying to relate, be like, man, I hear you, just like the hours and stuff that you're putting in and like trying to figure it out. And at the time, I was like, I've actually found a pretty good balance now, and he seemed like kind of surprised by it. He was like, oh, well, that's great. So I don't know if things are the same or if I am doing the same amount of hours, but at least my outlook and how I feel about it has been for sure better. And I definitely set more strict boundaries anytime that I can. But like I mentioned before with the video last night, that's just kind of it's
It'll
one where
happen.
well exactly. And if I didn't do that, it wouldn't have been the end of the world. But it's like if we want this launch of discs to be as successful as much effort as I could put into it, like I want to do that instead of like, maybe I'll put out the video in a couple days or put out this other video that I have ready that's not really as relevant. It's like just get it done, and we all win in that regard. But no, I've
What
been feeling pretty good.
what would you say are those boundaries you set or mindsets you started implementing to kind of transition from that
Not working at
other
night.
state? Yeah.
Not working at night for sure. And I
Uh-huh.
still like the reels and stuff that I do. I do those at night. Funny enough, I don't even consider that work anymore unless it is like a highly involved edit with like some announcement that's attached to it. But there towards the beginning there were times where I would be at work, like in the shop, out of the course, whatever, doing stuff, and then I would go home at night and be editing, and like it's kind of like the stuff that I was on the docket that I had to get done, and then other stuff for like future things I would be doing at the shop, and I'm like, this is not sustainable in the slightest. And it's not like those guys are trying to take advantage of me or do whatever. It's more like you just need to voice with everyone and be like, yeah, this is what's going on. And they're like, oh, well, obviously I don't want you working 24 hours a day. Like that just doesn't make sense. So I think that's probably the big one. That, and like you said, optimizing time. Just I have a moment when I'm uploading the video to YouTube or exporting the video, and it's like an hour long export. It's like, let me go get chores done, or like clean up around the house, or drive to the post office, just random stuff like that. So yeah, I guess it's not like some magic do all answer. I guess there is a part of just you kind of get used to it as long as it is something that you love to do. You're like, that's okay. But yeah, when wife's out
Yeah,
of work, spend time with wife.
that's where I kind of tune in. Is it doesn't, I mean, everybody says love what you do, you don't work, and that's how it really does feel for me. It's I try to manage my hours, but it's what I want to do. So it looks like I'm working an insane amount, but I'd rather be out here, versus, maybe when I used to go play video games. This just sounds more fun. I love being in the shop and doing the work
100%.
that's out here. I came out here right now just to clean, just to make it look nice. It's technically that's work. I'm cleaning the warehouse, but that's my hobby now, and it just so happens to be my work. But
Yeah.
so the hours
Definitely.
kind of blur.
Yeah,
that's
I think
so
it's
well said.
I think it's also just understand, at least for me, and I definitely haven't found a great way to do this yet, but I think it's understanding what's reasonable in a week in terms of like what I can get done, and then having those reasonable expectations every week. So like, yeah, I can get 6 shorts done and a full-length video in one week, and that's my goal for this week. And instead, I think what ends up happening is I have those expectations, and then if I even get close to like reaching those goals, then I add a bunch of other expectations on those, and really try to push and get super ahead. And I think you just have to kind of call it quits when you get done what you need to get done, as long as it's not 2 p.m. on a Saturday or on a Tuesday. But so I don't know. I think that's a much more reasonable way to do that.
Yeah. I've tried to put a focus on weekends. Days blur. I don't know what day it is half the time, but I've tried to really put a focus on being with just the family on the weekends, right, and not have disc golf in it.
Definitely.
It's huge.
And I think that's helped a lot. Yeah.
So if we were to take, because you each are your own respective bosses, if you were to take the boss you and the employee or worker version of you, how would boss you rate worker you? Like, are you feeling good about yourself and you're like, I'm in a good place? Or are there things that you wish that you improved on, or you're like, man, I should have done this?
For me, worker me is similar to Josh, where I may only work the 20 hours, even though it's supposed to be 40. But I am the worker that is getting done what needs to get done. If I'm asked to get it done, I'm getting it done, and I'm getting it done right. I'm not halfway doing it. So I think if I was the boss of myself, I'd be happy with an employee like that. I don't really care about are they putting enough hours into it, as long as they're getting what I'm asking them to get done. So I think I'd like myself as an employee.
I think that the employee version of me is doing a lot of overcommitting. And like my boss me is pretty much like, hey, get this done. And the employee me is like, yeah, I'm going to get that done. And I'm also going to do 3 other shorts. And I'm going to start this other full length video. And I'm going to go do this. And I'm going to go do that. And I think I think the boss me is probably like, yo, like chill, bro. Like, enjoy yourself, and I think that's where a lot of these things I'm saying and unhealthy mindsets are really spawning from, is because maybe I'm being too much of an overachiever, but I definitely think it's hurting me too. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, I think like I said earlier in the podcast, there's a sliding scale for everything. And I'm not in the middle right now, but I'd like to be in the middle.
But the Lockheed employee, Josh, probably did what he was told to do, right? And then he's home after that, right? So
I would say the Lockheed employee version of Josh leaned towards the side of just doing what he needs to do, if not too much on the other side.
Ben has found out what I'm doing.
God.
What do you mean, Ben?
Thank you.
What are you talking about?
Hey, Collective Ben. Pleasure talking to you.
Dude, sick. I'm back.
I'm back, baby.
Come back, Ben.
Yeah, you missed some
Thank you.
Very deep, highly involved, typical Funsie conversation that I'm not going to lie, healed my soul a little bit. It felt good to talk about it with everyone.
I'm glad Garrett could sub in.
Honestly, we want Garrett on the pod now.
We had him last week.
I know.
Just kidding.
I know. It was nice to catch up and see what he was up to. I guess I should have asked when Garrett was on. The Rope is a disc that I've heard of previously, but I don't know anything about.
You haven't watched my video? Hater.
Dude, I'm only watching my own video right now.
Made a whole video about the Rope.
Yeah.
Sajko's acting like...
It's like my MD2 that I love.
Didn't
It flies the
even make-
same, so it's pretty sick.
Yeah, I would say MD1-esque. Feels very... It's a very, like, do-it-all mid-range, if that makes sense. I think it's a very quality forehand mid-range that goes straight.
That's a take.
I dig it.
Yeah, feels great.
Oh, wow. I didn't realize. I've never thrown that forehand.
You got to try it, bro.
I can't wait.
Torque
to do it.
I've been
resistant.
throwing on backhand. I've been loving it on the backhand. Little flip up. Because my MD2, the reason I use it flips up and might fade a little, but it always comes back. It's pretty straight, and that's what I think the Rope is.
Yeah, it's very similar to whatever that is. I don't know the MD2 very much.
Yeah, it's old mold, but
I'm looking forward to abusing my wallet religiously while I'm at Disc South. What is on the docket for you guys, Ben? I know it's to summarize all that in one singular thing is ridiculous, but yeah, I guess Josh, what do you got planned for those couple days?
I'm filming a video with Gannon on Friday.
Nice.
Pending weather, because it's supposed to be
rain?
bad weather. Yeah, it's supposed to be thunderstorms, unfortunately.
Poop and butt.
Yeah.
Collectively.
But then, yeah, I have a disc drop, so I'll be doing that Saturday, and then I think I'm filming a video with Bodanza on Monday, and then I think Foundation as well on Monday.
Bro, you're loaded.
Guess
Sick.
so, yeah.
Oh.
But I don't know. My mindset is pretty much. I pretty much. My wife's going to her parents because we were just like, this weekend is
A wash.
expo. I'm gonna be doing stuff. I'm sure I'll be invited to things as well. And so
Yeah, Daddy's cooking right now.
yeah, when it comes to Saturday and Sunday, just planning on being at the expo all day, and then maybe I'll catch around after each consecutive day for fun. Maybe it'll just be me. Maybe it'll be someone else. Who knows? We should definitely film a Funsie episode at some point while we're all together.
Yeah.
And is that possible?
I mean,
Maybe
yeah.
Sunday.
I mean, Sajko, you're staying at the hotel. I'm staying at the hotel. J Millie is going to be around, so.
Let's get after it, brother.
We could do another live Funsie podcast. I do have a slot from 2 to 3, but
Could be lit.
I don't know. How do
We're
we
going
do
back to
last
weekly,
time?
guys. We're going back to weekly.
Yeah,
We're
we're
gonna figure
trying.
this out.
Yes. How did we do it last time? Because I guess I could do. We could do Funsie live for the last hour of the expo.
I think we just did a shotgun mic last time.
Yeah. So we'll
I'm
see.
here for it. I'm game. Again, not scared. Like the top of the episode, we've circled back around. Bullhouse Farms. Yeah, for us, we're flying in Friday night. Nothing specific, but the big focus is for sure going to the expo and just checking everything out, having a presence there, being at the Another Round Dallas booth, going to the Dallas store, and then I'm sure recording some sort of content at a course. Don't know what that'll end up
Nice.
being.
Alex Clark. That's the most played course in Dallas.
It's also one of 2 courses that I've played in Dallas, so I'm at least familiar with that one. But Josh, do you
Sick.
have any recommendations?
I mean, across the road is Town
Heritage.
Lake from Alex Clark, and that's like just a longer version of Alex Clark and super fun. I'm trying to think about up there. Like, yeah, Heritage is pretty much my home course, and Ben played it, and that place is just a blast. It's a super cool course.
What?
Hey,
Oh,
those are
there's
good enough,
there's
yeah.
the Woods of Trinity's up there too. That's all I know.
Oh yeah,
For free.
Woods at Trinity is insane.
Oh,
That's definitely one of the best courses in DFW,
Now we're talking.
in my opinion. And then, yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to think of in that area. For those listening who have never been to DFW, you're like, oh, it's just like a suburban area. To drive across DFW, it is probably 2.5 hours. That
It's
is
the
how
worst.
far to go from one end to the other end, and that's not because of traffic. That is
Oh, yeah.
tollways driving 80 miles per hour.
yeah,
Two
blew my
out,
mind.
2.5 hours. Yeah. So, like I'm like, oh, you can't really come to Heritage. Yeah, because in Allen, it's probably a 40, 50-minute drive. And I'm I'm like center of DFW, and Allen's like North DFW. Like, we're not even the farthest away that you can be. So,
That's the one thing I do not like about tech, because you said without traffic, there's also a huge element of I'm like
Traffic,
15
yeah.
miles away. There's a ton, and there's a ton of traffic, and then it takes me. I feel like there's always traffic. There hasn't been like a time where I've exited Garrett's house and there's not traffic when I start going.
well, that's
It just
35,
it's the craziest
right?
thing.
Or is that 635?
I have no idea. I'm just saying, like, even like if I take the back roads, it's just it's not even traffic. It's just all the stoplights, all the just like the construction. Like, it just takes so long to get anywhere. It's not like a smooth
Yeah.
ride either. It's like annoying. It's annoying to drive 15 minutes. Like, it takes 3 miles is like 15 minutes, which is like doesn't even make sense in my brain. It's probably not 3 miles, but like it's something like 5-6 miles takes.
No,
like
I agree
15.
with that. I agree with that. It's unfortunate for sure. It also just depends. Like, we are a suburban or whatever, suburbia. I don't know. There's a lot of
Yeah.
suburbs around here,
Yeah.
and if you live off the highway in the suburbs, sometimes it's like, yeah, it's a 15-minute drive for 3 miles because you get off the highway and then have to drive through neighborhoods for, like 2
Yeah.
miles going 20 miles per
Exactly.
hour, turning 10 times. That's
Yeah,
that's
it's
where
like
it really
so
gets
random.
rough. Like, that's why when my wife and I were looking to buy a house, I was like, I want to live pretty close to the highway. So, yeah, we don't add freaking 10 minutes of driving just to get to our house once we get off the highway. And so we live right off of 35, which is unfortunate because they're doing a ton of road work on it right
Dude,
now.
there's so much road work at all times.
Well, yeah, it's interesting because, like, they just finished 20, like a couple years ago, and now 20 is like super nice and super clean, and there's not a ton of traffic. But then they started work on 35, and now it'll be another 5 years before they finish 35, and then they'll start work on a different one. And so it kind of just comes in waves, and that's because DFW is growing so quickly. We're getting all the Californians and stuff like that. So I don't know. I guess it's a good issue to have, but also
neighborhoods just popping up like no land is sacred here. That's
I heard
another thing
recently
noticed.
though it's kind of finally slowing down. Like it's hit a threshold of like, they're not really building a lot of new subdivisions because there's enough houses. So
Yeah.
there we go. We did it. We conquered it.
Shout out Texas, baby. Shout out Texas. It's a
Shout out
unique
Texas.
place.
So much concrete. It's everywhere.
So
So much
concrete. Yep.
That was my
Concrete
biggest
highways. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, I think we talked about it last year after you guys came to this south.
Mm-hmm.
There's just concrete everywhere. It's super ugly. It's so annoying. I don't know if I've talked about it on the podcast, but when I go out to film, there is always either airplane noises or car noises. Like, it's never just nature. That's one of the worst things about DFW disc golf is we have some really good disc golf, and it's a lot of fun, and it's really cool. And I'm very blessed to be within such a short distance of so many disc golf courses. But, like, I love watching Broderick's videos where it's like just nature sounds and a whip and like birds and beautiful ambiance and stuff like that. You don't get that when you get a Jay Millie video. You get airplane noises, you get cars honking, you get people getting robbed, you get concrete everywhere. It's just not pretty.
Dude.
Gotta go somewhere else.
It's aesthetic, baby. Disc golf aesthetic.
It's so annoying, dude. I just want to leave the audio natural. Like, I don't know if you guys have... I guess Sajko hasn't been watching my videos, so he has no clue. But I've been doing a lot of, like, more aesthetic stuff. And so, like, I pretty much every time, the only audio I can leave in is, like, when I'm throwing the disc and maybe my footsteps walking up to it. And so you'll just hear it kind of clip in. And then I've just been, like, getting a lot of ambient noises from Epidemic. And so I've just been faking the, like, birds chirping
That's
and,
so
like,
funny.
wind
So
through
much
trees.
work.
Well, I haven't really done it. I've done it on parts of my full-length videos. Like, if you watch my last video, which I guess Sajko won't, my premiere video, the intro, I did a lot of, like, ambient noise just because it's the intro. I was do a lot of work on the intro.
Mm-hmm.
Because otherwise, yeah, it would have just been beep, beep, super ugly.
Yeah,
Whatever.
it's just it's so industrial. That I don't know what I was expecting when I came to Dallas, Texas the first time. I don't know, but like it was just like I don't know. It's like
I don't even finish your sentence. Sorry.
Well, I was gonna say like you see in movies just like Texas, and it doesn't feel. The only Texas thing that it feels to me is like just like how like industrial it is, like big, like everything's bigger in Texas. But there, like in movies you see like I don't know, that Texas vibe that you can probably like the ranches and the. So I guess obviously that's there, but just I don't think it's there in DFW as much.
What's interesting about like Dallas is I feel like it's super like you go to Austin and I can't remember which river's through it, but there's a river that goes like pretty much straight through downtown, and you like think back to like the 1800s or whatever, and you're like, oh, okay, makes sense why people settled here. It's pretty. There's a river. Like there's a lot of stuff. You think about Dallas, and you're like, there are a handful of rivers, but none really big, and also
They're all
nothing's
man-made.
pretty. Yeah, and every lake is man-made. Like it's really interesting to be like, why did people settle here, and why is this such a big area, and how is there so many people here? Like, I'm sure there's an answer, and I'm honestly sure I learned it in history class, like Texas history and stuff like that. No recollection of it. Don't understand. It is very odd. Yeah. If you're gonna come to Texas, go to Austin. I was there this weekend. It's just so pretty. The disc golf is just as good, if not better.
So what is the landscape?
Better vibes.
That's the thing. What is the landscape different? Like I don't. It doesn't compute to me that the more south you go, the prettier it is. Like, is there higher elevation there? Is that why? So they get
It's
like
like there are like it's like hill country. That's what they call it. Like San Antonio and Austin are hill country. So there's like actually hills. Like Dallas is literally not 90 degrees. It's just flat. There's just nothing. Like the most elevation change you can get on a disc golf hole in Dallas is 20 feet, and it's because they lifted the tee pad because they put a road in, like it's not because there was a hill there, and so yeah, like Austin's super pretty. There's like, it's pretty rocky, there's river, there's hill country, and it's just better.
Ooh, it's just better.
move to Austin. Is there
better.
better disc golf there?
Yeah, I would say, because it's like, it's pretty. And then also, yeah, there's elevation changes and stuff like that. Like, we have a lot of really cool and great courses, but just imagine the DFW courses if there was elevation change. Like, that's what Austin disc golf is. I think the best course in Texas is Sprinkle Valley. And then they also have, like, I played a tournament there this weekend at a course called Circle C. And it's not anything, like, crazy, but it's just like a little like city course, and it's such a blast and so fun and such a good course, and it's just kind of the courses they have down there,
Do you think they have like a bigger scene down there than Dallas?
The scene's definitely bigger in Dallas. I think that's because Dallas is bigger.
It's just more populated, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know, it also just like depends,
I'm just doing
Like, I
market
think there's
research
a lot of
for Disc South Future, that's all.
Keep it in Dallas.
No,
Keep it in Dallas.
I am keeping it in Dallas. I was just joking, but it does fascinate me, just like different, just like culture, or like I said, I was wondering what the landscape was. Like, I don't know why, it just fascinates me, like what's unique to different areas, even though it's only 3.5 hours away.
Yeah, that's the thing about Texas is, to get from one side to the other is a 12-hour drive,
Yeah.
So we're pretty much like 6 states in one, because
Yeah.
DFW is pretty much a state. And then, yeah, you go to Austin area and like it's just a completely different vibe. And then you go to San Antonio and you're pretty much in Mexico at that point, like it's just a completely different vibe there as well.
Yeah, is that more like deserty, or like what is like San Antonio like?
It's definitely more deserty, but that's also where like there's just a lot of Spanish roots there. Like, I mean, obviously the Alamo's literally there.
San
And then
Antonio.
Mexican food is like super prevalent there. The Spanish population is a lot higher.
Yo.
When I said it's pretty much Mexico, just so everyone knows, that is not in a degrading sense. If anything, it's in a great sense. I love San Antonio. It's beautiful, and there's a different culture.
Spurs.
Yeah, we have three unique sports teams in basketball. Two. Well, I guess we don't have two. We do have 2 football teams. The Texans. Garbage franchise, by the way.
And Cowboys. Yeah, the Pats beat them. Let's go.
Yeah. And then, yeah, so I don't know why we're talking about Texas so much, but there you go. There's my
Well,
analysis.
that's what it's all about. It's just like, I was just curious about Texas. Hey, if anyone has a Texas fun fact, let us know in the comments.
Please do.
Texas Funsie fact, if you will.
Yeah.
Well, we need to set. We can do this off the podcast, but we need to set a recurring time, ideally, for the podcast, because we're going back to weekly. We gotta.
Going back.
Yeah.
People have been
Preferably
asking.
mornings for me. So
Yeah,
Monday
Probably
or
me
Tuesday.
too. Probably
Yeah,
me too.
Perfect. Probably
Cool.
Monday
Do it.
or
Pleasure
Tuesday.
catching
All right,
up
y'all
with
got-
everyone.
Y'all got anything else?
No, not really. I mean, living here in Charlotte for the last 6 months now, after going to Florida and coming back to Charlotte, I was like, yes, it feels good. Like it feels like home now, where I was actually excited to be back in Charlotte and not in
That's great.
in Florida.
Do you like Charlotte, dude? I'm actually a little jealous, but it's okay.
I do actually
Dude.
like Charlotte a lot, and there are certain parts that I avoid just because it's not really my scene. Like in Charlotte, instead of downtown, it's called Uptown, just because of geographically where it's located. Don't go there unless you're like trying to get food and you want to sit in traffic or like have a pain in the butt to park. Then that's like if that's your thing, then for sure go there. Um, but yeah, I don't really have to go on the highway super often unless there's like a couple courses that I have to access, which is really nice. And I can walk to work. Like we live in we live in like for any locals that know, like Plaza Midwood, Noda area. So if you're familiar with that, there's so much food and like coffee shops and things like that around. Good neighborhoods to
Yeah,
like
Charlotte was so cool when I went.
walk anywhere. So if I can walk somewhere, same thing with like my wife, like we'll just do that. It's like, hey, let's go out to dinner, and that's so nice to be able to do that. So
And
yeah,
it's
been great.
warm. What's the closest course to you?
Closest course to me is
can you walk
Kilbourne.
there?
Kilbourne, which is a lot of people's. I mean, that's Joe's favorite course, and probably in my top three for like Charlotte area is Kilbourne. Super fun. I mean, that's only like 7 minutes away driving, something like that. And then I've got
Nice.
Eastway is probably the same distance, just in a different direction, like 7 minutes. And it's such a beautiful thing to be able to just like, oh, what course do I want to go to today? It's like what
Yeah.
a first world problem.
Dude, you know what's crazy? I feel like Brian Earhart mentioned this in his like top disc golf destinations. This is the first time I think Worcester County got a shout out, or Central Mass. I think
Yeah.
Central Mass is crazily on the come up with this. I think it's gonna like we need. I think we need one more crazy like championship level course. Not championship. Like beautiful whatever course. And I think we have a top contender for like the best courses within like a small area. So I think once that happens, it's gonna be, and I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
100%. I think the courses that are up there are awesome. This is the way that I keep describing Charlotte compared to living in New England. New England at its worst, nowhere even close to Charlotte. Like the time of year that they're in right now, like my family was sending me pictures of like the snow that just accumulated on
it's
their yards.
insane.
It's like 2 feet just standing right now. Never mind, just like what has been there and is like maybe melted a little bit over time. It's horrendous. It seems like it's the
I'm
worst. That it's
so glad
been.
I'm not there. Yeah,
Same
it has
deal.
been. It is the worst. Yeah, it is the worst that's
But at
been
its
in a while.
best, New England, maybe it's like early summer or like fall time or something like that, and you're on the beach. Maybe you're like up in Maine playing disc golf or something. Like it blows Charlotte out of the water. Like not even close. And again, the courses that are up there, I would say the really good ones are way better than Charlotte. But then there's like a lot of really bad ones. So it's kind of like you pick and choose. Where around here they're all like 4 out of 5, 4 out of 5.
Yeah.
So consistently good courses. So just pick your poison at that point, I suppose. Point being, yeah, enjoying it a lot. Very grateful to have this be my job. Enjoying the area. All right, boys. Any closing thoughts? We're coming up on an hour.
Come to Disc South this weekend, please.
We'll all
if
be
you
there.
live in Dallas, discsouth.com for your tickets.
We'll all be at the
Code J
creator
Millie for
panel.
$2 off.
Use code
Yes,
Nathan, and it'll do a 404 error code, but then reload the site and then just order
And
your
then,
ticket.
yeah, there you go. Yes, exactly.
I appreciate everyone.
Code J Millie.
Yeah, we'll try to be more weekly with this. Until next time, yeah, Funsie out. Bye.
Funsie.
Bye. Funsie.
Bye.